Will you die pretending to be someone that you're not? Comparison warps your self-concept. Never compare yourself to others again. Stop measuring your looks, your likes, your followers, your lifestyle, your money, your home, your circumstances, and all aspects of your existence in comparison to any other being. This steals the light from your eyes and the joy in your heart. In essence, comparing yourself to others is a competition of sorts, and you set your sanity up for failure by viewing life from this perspective. You can choose to see reality any way you decide, so why compare yourself to others, however you may find yourself doing it, when instead you can first of all choose to be happy for them, and second of all, know that this is completely possible for you to manifest in your own way, on your own terms, and in your own divine timing. Ultimately, we are each conscious individualizations of Source. You are here to forge your own path. You are here to shape your own destiny. You are here to create a new world in your own magically unique and different way. Truly, it doesn't matter what's popular. It doesn't matter what's cool. It doesn't matter what's trending. Appearances are simply appearances. But the infinite power and creativity of the mind defies time and space. The fire burning in one's soul is beyond this world. Stop overthinking. Stop comparing. Stop being insecure. Stop the jealousy. Stop believing in the illusion of separation because it doesn't exist. Everything is one universe, one song. Everything is one in this universe, and you and I are one. All the people that you think are separate from you, all the people that you hate, all the people that you love, all the people that you believe did you wrong, they're all reflections of ourselves. They're all mirrors. And we project our own selves into the world. That's how we manifest. That's how we attract things. That's how everything comes to be. It's like, this shit goes so deep. Your own strange spark of creative genius in its most unfiltered, raw, authentic form is the answer to everything that you seek outside of yourself. You must look within. Quiet your mind. Stop looking outside of you to fill a void, because you're never gonna fill it, even with money, even with fame, even with a person. You will never, ever find true happiness unless you find it within yourself, unless you choose to see things and see yourself in a certain light. And the way you view yourself, your self-concept, your identity, your self-image, it literally changes your entire life. Have you ever heard of the alter ego effect? That's how I changed my entire life. I literally used to not even be able to look at people in the fucking eye. I used to walk in school, walk anywhere, be at the store. I literally couldn't look at people. I was so insecure, so scared. I felt like I was so ugly. I felt like I was so just disgusting. You know, I had a really horrible self-image. I used to compare myself to all different girls on social media. It's just like, You know, when I look back on even myself just a year ago, I'm like, damn, I was really insecure. I was really down bad in my head. And, you know, I started to do this work, this shadow work of, you know, looking within and looking at how I view the world and how I view myself. Literally, manifestation, it's easy because it all depends on you. It all depends on what you think about life. It's all about your perception of reality. So if you perceive yourself to be a certain way, that is how things are. Like, that's your reality. Self-concept work, identity work, it's probably the most important work to start with if you want to get into like personal development, or if you're just like struggling with not being able to manifest certain things. Because of course there's a time delay for some things. Other things, they can happen instantly. I've literally experienced both. And it's just like all happens in divine timing. You have to release control over wanting things to happen at a certain specific time and at a certain age. And, you know, like everything that's supposed to happen, it will happen. Trust that. But, you know, you have to see yourself as a god. And it's because you are. That's your true nature, because you are God. You're part of source. You know, this game is so much deeper than a lot of people think, and you don't want to die pretending to be somebody that you're not. You don't want to die wishing that you would have, you know, truly embodied the energy and the frequency and the looks, the voice, the appearance of who you've always wanted to be. You know, if you look at yourself in the mirror, you know, do you like yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you see yourself as this like beautiful spirit in a vessel? Because you should. And if you don't, then that's a sad thing. It's actually tragic. And it's actually tragic that, you know, we try to hurt ourselves, kill ourselves, all that type of stuff. But it's because self-worth and self-image and self-concept, it's not taught in schools. It's not taught by a lot of parents. It's looked over, and it's honestly not even talked about at all, mostly. You know, you only have one life to live as this character, because I do believe in just reincarnation and just coming here again and again and again. But, you know, you're in this life right now, and you're in this avatar. You know, don't overthink things, and don't take things so seriously. That's what I would tell my younger self. Don't be so hard on yourself, and don't criticize yourself so much, because we're all in our own little worlds, and you create your own world, especially by how you see yourself. Just focus on what you love and create it. Make it real. Make it alive. Everything else will work itself out. Never create or judge any creation with the intention of comparison. That's another thing. Never compare your art or whatever you create to another person's art, because everything is just so beautiful, and it's so unique when we're truly just creating from within. And that's what an artist does. Is an artist takes what's inside and channels it into the physical realm and shares it with others. So why would you compare your art to another person's when they have a completely different mind, a completely different life, a completely different set of circumstances and experiences that they've went through in their lives? You know, there's no competition, there's no comparison. It doesn't matter if you're not as skilled at something as somebody else you wish you could be like, whether it's music, art, dancing, acting. Don't compare yourself, because you're on your own journey, and you are your own person, and you are a very, very special, very unique person, somebody who's different from the rest in your own way. That's very powerful. It's very powerful when you choose to own your eccentric when you choose to own your eccentricities. It's very powerful when you choose to own what's eccentric and strange and weird about you and what makes you different, because not a lot of people even have the courage to do that. And most people just want to follow trends, want to fit in. But if you have the bravery and the courage to not compare yourself and to really hone in on what makes you different, that oftentimes is what will bring you success and fulfillment and, true happiness, instead of trying to be like somebody else or trying to make something sound a certain way or look a certain way in a certain style that's popular. Just be yourself. Be your weird, different, very strange, odd self. Never create or judge any creation with the intention of comparison. This is where originality is killed and beauty dies. We are each so special, so interesting, and so unique. The faster you realize this, the better, because it is actually the way in which you view your existence that determines how your life plays out. Who you believe yourself to be, that is who you are. If you don't like the current character that you're playing as, then change it. The game rearranges itself accordingly. Okay. Yeah. I truly believe that when you change your mind, you change your life. When I was insecure, I still am in a bunch of ways, but I definitely am not as insecure as I was. When I was really insecure, I just remember everything was tainted by that insecurity, by that perspective I had on my reality. It was like the timeline that I was living in was just purely it was an insecure timeline. And the timeline that you are on and the things that you manifest and the experiences and just everything that you attract to you, it's all based on your energetic frequency, which is like a signature that you put out, and that's your aura, that's your electromagnetic field, that's your aura. And my aura was just very uncertain, very scared, very fearful, and it's I just thought of myself very low. I had no self-worth whatsoever, and I thought all my friends were so much better than me and so much prettier than me, and the thing is, that was true because I chose to believe that. But then as I got older and I started to get into reading personal development and learning about esoteric concepts and spirituality and transforming my own self and alchemizing my own pain into power, I realized, oh shit, I can low-key become anybody I want to be. So I chose to become a vampire. Yeah, so yeah, I just chose to become a vampire. Like, you can just be whoever you want. So you can fucking be a furry, you can be anything. You can literally be anybody you want to be. So stop comparing yourself, you know, really just look within. I did a lot of journaling to help myself stop comparing myself to others, and to really raise my self-worth to the point where, like, I walk different, I talk different, I speak differently, I carry myself in a certain manner and with a certain energy. And the person that I used to be, I'm completely unrecognizable compared to the girl that I was. Love yourself, man. All right, peace.